Thank you for joining us, America. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Shelley is in Austin, Texas. Hi, Shelley. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm a little nervous. I'm so excited I'm getting to talk to you. I can't believe this.
Well, me too. How can I help?
I have a situation that was just presented to me recently by an acquaintance that I go to church with, and he passed on to me a pamphlet from World Financial Group about a business opportunity for women. And it's got a lot of marketing information in it about how women can break the glass ceiling and so on and so forth. And I did a little bit of research online about the company, and it looks to me to be like a multi-level marketing division of maybe. I know they're a large company that they own several, like Transamerica and some other Nationwide Insurance and some other companies that we know by name. And so I guess I'm just calling to seek your advice. I was kind of considering it as maybe going in as I currently own my own business. I own a maid service, which is a lot of hard work. But I was looking at this as possibly a part-time opportunity, but I don't have any experience with these multi-level marketing companies and what's involved with them as a job opportunity. And so I just thought I would seek your advice.
Okay. Well, let's talk about multi-level marketing, or network marketing as it's sometimes called, just in general, before we talk about World Financial. Multi-level marketing in general is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, in essence. The upside is that you are obviously selling out there in the marketplace. You control your destiny. There is no glass ceilings. There's no it's kind of the wild, wild west. Whatever you can figure out to get done, you get done within the guidelines of how you get paid at that company. And, there have been people that have made serious money in those over time. And I know people that make over $1 million in 4 or 5 different ones. Okay, and so there, in that sense, there's a legitimacy to it. It's a real thing. Sometimes people call it a pyramid scheme or something like that. It's not a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
Pyramid scheme, the last man standing gets nothing, and that's not true of a true multi-level, because a product is actually being sold in there. From a technical standpoint or a legal standpoint. Then that's kind of the good side of the multi-level. The bad side of the multi-level is you need to understand the business that you are in. And if you understand that business, you're okay. And the business you're in is not the financial business in this case, or whatever they do. The business you're in is recruiting. And you're constantly recruiting. Everyone is a recruit. And so if you don't recruit people, because your fallout is very, very high. The vast majority of the people that are recruited into a multi-level are gone within 3 or 4 months, but certainly within a year, almost nobody's there. Okay, a year-long person in your hierarchy in most of these things is very rare. Now, when you get one of those and they go build their own hierarchy, of course, that's where some serious money starts to happen, right? And
so you're, I'm sorry, Dave, excuse me. So you're not making money selling financial services?
Not if you want to make more than minimum wage.
Okay.
Because you're going to be, in the case of Amway, you're not making money selling the products that Amway sells. You're making more money getting people on your team that get people on their team, that get people on their team, that get people on their team.
Okay.
And so you're hiring and training a high turnover sales force if you want to make some money. You're not going to make $100,000 a year in a multi-level organization working 3 hours a week. If someone told you that, that's a lie.
Right.
Okay, nothing does that. That's legal.
Right. Yeah, to me that's common sense.
Yeah.
And just from the
But some of these people run around hyping, and they say, here's my check. I made $100,000 last month. Yeah,
Right.
You did. But we need to understand, you've been fighting this thing, and you're a great recruiter and a great sales trainer, and you're growing a large, large organization. And that's how that happens. It doesn't just happen by going door to door selling stuff.
Yeah.
And so that you got to understand, if you want to get in the sales training and recruiting business, that's what you're doing. You're fine. Now, I don't know much about World Financial Group. There's something running around in the back of my head, and I'd have to go look it up, that's ringing a real negative bell. And
yeah, I have read some negative things about them.
I can't remember what it is that they were doing, but there was something they were doing that was like it was a tax avoidance, I think. It was like the income tax is not a valid tax, and we can show you how not have to pay your income tax. There was one group doing that, and I'm not sure that's this group. But there was a group running through the churches called Something World Something that did that a few years ago. I hadn't heard from them in a while, so I kind of thought they went out of business. But it was something along those lines. And so if they're doing that stuff, stay away from them.
Right.
Because income tax, it wasn't ratified by the last state, so it's not constitutional and all this bunch of crap. Hey, they put 3,000 people in jail last year for not paying their income tax. Don't be out there involved in something like that.
No.
So,
no, we pay our taxes.
And I got to tell you, I really question, and I don't know, but as soon as I hear it, my BS meter goes off when they say they own Nationwide.
Yeah.
It might be more like there's a conglomerate that owns Nationwide that also owns them, and Nationwide's huge, and they're a little wart on the end of somebody's toe.
And I think that's true, Dave. I'm sure I misphrased that. Okay. I think the company is, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I think it's AEGON, something like that. I'd have to pull it up on the web. I don't have it in front of me right now, but it seems to own. A lot
so unless you were sitting around before your friend came up to you and thinking to yourself, I'd really like to be a sales trainer in the financial world, this is not a fit.
Right, and this was totally unsolicited, and I have a mortgage processor and underwriter background. I was in that industry for almost 20 years, and I decided I didn't want to sit in a cubicle anymore, and I wanted to own my own business.
Good for you.
So, that's what we're doing, but
I think I would put my time. I think I'd personally put my time into that.
Right,
is what I would do, and just because
that's what I was thinking, and I trust your advice, and I just wanted to call and see what you had to say.
Okay, thanks for the call. Well, that's the lowdown on the multi-level marketing. So sometimes people say Dave's anti-multi-level. Not really. I just call it like it is, and like it is sometimes it's all hyped up in a bunch of crap. And it is a recruiting business. But is it legitimate? Do I have friends that in multi-level that make over $1 million a year? Yeah, I do. Absolutely. So you can't say it's not legitimate or it's illegal or something like that. I'll tell you where two people do get put off by it a lot. Is the very nature of multi-level is you recruit someone to get to use their credibility to get their friends and relatives. And people kind of get tired of that. They get tired of, hey, I started this new thing, I want to come by and show it to you, calling up for a meeting thing. And I've gotten to where I'm honestly fairly direct with people. I try to be kind, but I'm fairly direct with them that are friends and that get in these things. And no, I kind of have a job. I'm kind of busy. And, you can't come by. You can come by anytime, 100% social. And come by and see us and say hi, have dinner with us, something like that. But no, I don't need to be presented your business opportunity. There's no chance. And so some of the problem is when people get so on fire, they see every living, breathing person as a potential recruit. And so all their people in their lives become transactions rather than relations. And that's a mistake. It's actually a bad way to run your multi-level hierarchy, too. Is to not really assess who might really be good at this. Instead of just, did they pass the mirror test? Can they fog up a mirror? And I know all the numbers. I've seen them all, and I've heard all the pitches and the hype and stuff around it. And you never know who's going to win. I know that. I get all of that. But I'm also understand that many people view these things as just relationship rape, where you just go around and take advantage of all your relationships. They call it working their natural market. And folks get tired of it. So that's the resistance you're going to run into when you're in one of those things. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.